All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah,
Sometimes running a business, it feels like you're constantly waiting on.
always.
Yeah, waiting on things,
Yeah.
right? Like waiting to launch a new product, waiting to hit a sales goal, and waiting on clients to pay their invoices.
Ugh, yeah, clients.
Ugh, I know, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of those invoices today, we're taking a deep dive into a solution that could help us unlock some of that cash flow.
Ooh, cash?
Cash flow. And it's called accounts receivable factoring.
Factoring, yeah.
So we found some really interesting stuff about this. And apparently, it's not about taking on more debt, but rather turning those outstanding invoices into working capital that you can use like today.
Right now.
Yeah, today, right now.
I love that. That's huge.
Isn't that amazing?
Especially for like a smaller business or a startup that really needs that capital right away.
That's a great point, because I think a lot of people, when they think of like, oh, I need cash now, their first thought is, okay, I've got to go get a loan.
Right.
But factoring is totally different. Totally different, yeah.
And it can be so helpful for companies in like, fast growth mode. Because, like imagine you land a big, huge order and, it could really like catapult your business forward.
Right.
But you need materials up front.
Yes.
Factoring can give you the money right then to just take advantage of the opportunity.
You like seize it.
Yes. Seize the day, seize the opportunity. Exactly. Okay, so it's like the fast track lane for funding.
Yeah, exactly.
But how does it actually work? I mean, I understand that it's not a loan.
Yeah.
But I need you to kind of walk me through
Totally.
the details here.
So basically, think of it as like selling your invoices
Okay.
to a third party, like a factoring company, at a slight discount.
Okay.
They give you like most of the cash, like usually it's around 80 or 90% of the invoice value.
All right.
And then they take care of collecting the full amount from your customer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's like they're taking on the work of
They do all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do all the work.
chasing those payments down. It's great.
Yeah, which honestly, as a small business owner, that can be a huge time saver.
It's a big one.
Yeah, big one.
Huge.
But how does this benefit a business's financial health?
Yeah.
Like, beyond just getting paid faster.
Well, it makes you look better, right? Because your liquidity improves.
Right.
Which is super important for any business.
Right.
Like, are you able to meet your financial obligations? That's liquidity.
Right, right.
And it can even make some of your financial ratios look better, like your current ratio and your quick ratio.
And what are those ratios? Like, what do those tell people?
Well, it's basically, it shows like how easily you can cover your short-term obligations.
Okay.
So like a good current ratio makes your business more attractive to lenders.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not just about like...
Or investors, or...
Yeah, it's not just about keeping the lights on.
Keeping the lights on, yeah.
It's about setting yourself up
For future
success.
Yeah. Exactly. It makes you look good.
Exactly.
It's like putting on makeup for your business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
A little blush, a little lipstick. You're like, hello.
It's giving.
Yeah, it's giving for sure.
It's giving. Okay, so I love that.
I know.
That it's like a glow up
Yeah.
for your business.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Like, nothing's free in this world.
Right. Yeah.
So what's the catch with factoring?
Yeah. There are fees.
Hey.
Typically, you're looking at 1% to 5% of the invoice amount every month.
Okay.
But they can vary based on a lot of different things.
Like what kind of things?
Like, how trustworthy is your customer?
Okay, yeah.
Are they going to pay? Or is this going to be a headache for us?
Right, right.
The invoice amount matters.
Okay.
And even the factoring company that you choose.
Right, so it sounds like choosing the right factoring company is pretty critical.
It's critical. It's like picking the right, I don't know, it's like picking the right pair of shoes. You don't want to...
You want to fit.
Yeah, you don't want blisters. You want support.
Support, yeah. You want them to look good.
You want it all.
You want it all.
Shop around.
Yeah.
Compare.
So you're saying that it's not just like a one-size-fits-all solution?
No.
Like, when would you say factoring makes the most sense for a business?
Okay, so if you are dealing with clients who are always slow to pay, factoring can be a lifesaver.
Okay.
Especially in industries where, like, it just takes forever to get paid.
Right, right.
Also, if you have a lot of invoices, that makes the fees more manageable, you see.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't want to be paying an arm and a leg just
Right.
to get your money a little faster.
Right, right.
It's got to be worth it.
Yeah, it's got to be worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need to have a decent stream of invoices to really make it worth it.
Exactly.
But what about the downsides? I mean, we've talked about fees, but is there anything else that businesses should kind of watch out for?
Well, one thing to think about is, like, even though it can really help with cash flow,
Yeah.
it does mean that someone else is going to be in charge of collecting the money.
Right.
So you're giving up a little bit of control over that relationship with your customer.
That's a really great point, because what if their approach to collections is totally different than yours?
Yeah, it could rub people the wrong way,
Right.
Built up this great relationship, and then they come in like a bull in a china shop.
And then it's like,
where's my money?
Yeah, where's my money? And then it's like,
no.
It damages the customer relationship that you've worked so hard to build.
Totally, totally.
So I think transparency is super important here.
Absolutely.
You got to understand how this factoring company operates.
100%.
How they communicate with your customers.
Yeah, do they send a singing telegram? Like, how do they do it?
Yeah. Do they send a singing telegram?
Yeah.
You gotta know. We need the details.
You gotta know.
Okay, so, wow. Factoring, it can be a really powerful tool.
It can.
For the right business.
Yeah.
It gives you quick access to cash.
Yeah.
It can boost your financial health. Free up some time so you can focus on other things.
Exactly.
But it is crucial to weigh the costs, understand the process, choose a factoring partner that you trust.
Trust. Trust is key.
Yeah, trust is key.
Like, are they wearing Crocs? I don't trust them.
Yeah, they're wearing Crocs. I don't know about that.
The big red flag.
So I feel like we've learned a lot today.
Yeah.
About accounts receivable factoring and whether or not it could be right for us, for our listeners out there.
And if nothing else, you know a little bit more than you did before.
And knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, for sure.
So here's something I want you to think about.
Okay.
If you were sitting down with a potential factoring company, what questions would you ask them to make sure they were the right fit for you?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because finding the right partner could be the difference between
smooth sailing or rocky seas.
Or, rocky seas, exactly.
Yeah.
So think about it.
Think about it.
Do your research.
Yeah.
And as always, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.